Yo, what's up guys, it's Goblin here, welcome to this episode. In today's video, I'm going to be playing with this Lockbait deck, which is currently ranked number 1 in the world. Lockbait recently kind of got an indirect buff because it has a super great synergy with the new Vine spell, both offensively and defensively. Vine spell is amazingly strong, and I feel like Vine spell itself doesn't do that good against Lockbait. It kind of depends on the situation. It does in the end of the day take care of troops like Dark Goblin, Princess, but I feel like against the Goblin gang, against the Goblin barrel, it's not necessarily the best card to use against it. So I would say that against Lockbait, it's an okay spell, but not like amazing. So yeah, we're gonna be playing with this version without any building, but honestly with the Vine spell, with the Cannoneer, with the Valkyrie evolution, you don't really need a building. Even against beatdown decks, this deck does super well. Mostly because of the fact that you have such a quick cycle, and the way you pressure, the way you cycle, is just super strong. So let's see what the opponent is gonna do. Looks like he's just gonna make this one big, really big P.E.K.K.A. Goblin Giant push. Let's go, I think, with the Goblin Barrel here to pressure a little bit. If he does go with a Goblin Giant, we're probably gonna have to go... Let's actually go with Goblin Gang first, then I'm gonna afterwards go with a Valkyrie here, and I'm probably gonna have to go Vine Spell and Defense as well. Yeah, he also goes Vine Spell. He completely ignored the right side lane, which I think is actually okay for us. If we manage to defend this push, we should be able to have a really good situation for us. So as you guys can see, maybe the wall breakers weren't even necessary. We are able to hold on, we are able to defend with the Valkyrie, with the Vine Spell, and that is the powerful thing about this deck. You can often keep up the pressure with either Goblin Barrel, with for example some wall breakers, and still have enough elixir, still have enough resources to be able to defend their push. So we do need to be careful, guys. I feel like this next upcoming push with the double evolution is gonna be kind of tricky, but I think we should be fine. Let's see how we can do it though. Let's go with a Princess first. I think he does have the arrows available, so yeah, there you go, there's the arrows. Let's go with a Dark Goblin here. Let's go with a Goblin Gang as well, and I'm actually gonna go Vine Spell already, just to try and DPS down the P.E.K.K.A. as soon as possible, making sure that those Goblins also get as much damage as possible. On top of the P.E.K.K.A., on top of the Goblin Giant, let's go with the last second Valkyrie, and I wonder if this is gonna be towered down for him. Probably is gonna be towered down, but anyways, I think the overall situation is still okay for us, especially knowing that the arrows are out of cycle, knowing that our current counter push can get a lot of damage. I think we are still in a good situation. So let's go with a Vine Spell here offensively. Vine Spell is kind of like a mini free spell, to the point where you can also use it offensively in many situations with this Lockbait deck, because you can freeze, for example, well, trap, I think I should say, for example, I don't know, like a bomber, whatever they drop to kind of take care of your wall breakers, take care of your troops, is, yeah, a very good option. So let's go with Ice Spear, let's go with the Goblin Gang, let's go with a Valkyrie here as well. I think I'm gonna go Vine Spell just to trap both of those cards. He's gonna go with a P.E.K.K.A., but I don't think this P.E.K.K.A. is gonna get anything done. We have way too much troops to kind of distract it. We can go with Ice Spirit, we can go with Goblin Gang, we can go with wall breakers if necessary, but anyways, the P.E.K.K.A. is already defended, and we are gonna secure the first victory of today's video. So that was kind of scary, especially when he made that one big Goblin Giant P.E.K.K.A. push on the left side lane, but we were still able to defend, hold on, and secure the victory. Okay, let's go, guys. Hopping into game number 2, we're up against a guy called Dexter. Pretty nice profile, yes. Let's give it a good luck, and let's see what he's gonna be using. He's surprised, I guess, surprised to face us, to play against us. So that is always nice. Let's give him a thumbs up, and let's see what he's gonna be using. I think I'm just gonna cycle Valkyrie in the back, whatever he drops, or even if he didn't drop anything, I think it's okay to cycle towards our evolution, and he decides to go with the Wizard in the back, Ice Wizard. Okay, let's go with a Dark Goblin here. Looks like he has Ice Wizard, Skeleton King. Not really sure what he's gonna be using. He has a Poison as well. Let's go with a Goblin Barrel off to the side. He might, I don't know, he actually has a Goblin Gang. What? Okay, for some reason I thought that he might have like a Tornado in there. Instead, I guess it's just gonna be the typical mortar spam type of deck. But the good thing for us is that we have a really quick cycle. He probably was like, he just used the Valkyrie recently. No way he's gonna be able to defend the Skeleton King ability. We already cycle back to the Valkyrie just like that. Like, we have a super quick cycle actually. Okay, nice. We are gonna get the mortar first distracted on top of the Valkyrie left side. Let's then afterwards let it lock on. Let's go with a Dark Goblin here, making sure we do end up defending the minions, and hopefully also take care of the mortar without taking too much damage. I don't know if he has lock in cycle, but even if he does, I think it's okay to start cycling towards our evolution. And looks like he doesn't have it in cycle, or he didn't have it in cycle, so he had to spend his Skeleton King. So slowly but surely getting some chip damage. Not the best, not the worst situation for us. We do have the evil Valkyrie once again available, so I think I'm just gonna go with Valkyrie here last second. I don't think he's gonna pop his ability knowing that we have Valkyrie, but it's always nice to kind of wait last second just in case they are like tempted to go with the ability. So let's go with a Goblin Gang split. I think I'm gonna go Wall Breaker split and even Goblin Barrel split. I know it's very aggressive, but we are still in single elixir. This is gonna be kind of hard for him to stop. He still, I would say, did a good job on defense, but so difficult to defend those type of double lane pressures without taking any damage. Like, look at the amount of damage we are getting on both lanes, and that is what I love about this specific Lockbait deck with the wall breakers, with all the spam cards we have. It's just kind of, I don't want to say easy to get double lane damage, but most of the times you will eventually get like a lot of damage on both of the lanes because of the way you always pressure both lanes. So a very good situation for us. Dart Goblin is able to get a big hit right there. Let's go with a Princess here. Let's go with Ice Spirit just to make sure. Nice, beautiful. And let's in the meantime, I think keep out the pressure, guys. Honestly, what does he have in Psycho right now? I think he's gonna have to like minions, Ice Wizard, something like that, just to kind of keep out the pressure, be as annoying as possible. He is gonna go minions right, so let's in the meantime keep out the pressure. Let's go with a Golden Barrel here as well. And what does he have? I don't think he has Lock in Psycho. Yeah, Lock is out of Psycho. Goblin Barrel is gonna get enough damage to the point where the Vine Spell is gonna take care of it. Let's go with the Ice Wizard. Ice Spirit, excuse me. Let's go with Wall Breakers. Let's go with the Valkyrie. Princess gets the shot, and we don't even need to use the Vine Spell at all. In this matchup, honestly, Vine Spell does kind of depend on the situation. For example, against this deck, when they have like many spam type of cards like Goblin Gang, Skeleton King, like with its ability, you don't always have to use it. I would say it's also kind of like if you can talk about surprise effect, because everyone is using it right now, but I would still kind of use it as a surprise effect to the point where you can sometimes surprise someone with the Vine Spell and then all of a sudden trap like the tower trap, I don't know, whatever troop they have next to the tower and get a ton of damage either with like the Goblin Barrel, the Wall Breakers or something like that. Okay, this guy starts off laughing, not really sure why he's laughing, but anyways, let's give him the good luck. Let's send him a thumbs up. Kind of a strange guy so far. Okay, let's go with the Goblin Gang split. Let's wait a little bit and see what the opponent is using, but I think by the looks of his first card, it might actually be a Mega Knight bait type of deck, so I would probably want to play this kind of patiently, passively. Let's go with a Valkyrie here, same lane. Let's actually go with the Ice Spirit, making sure that the Skeleton Barrel is not gonna make it to the tower. He's gonna go with a Miner, but the Miner is not really gonna get anything done. I mean, a little bit of chip damage, but not like, good amount of damage. And let's see what he's gonna do next. We know that he has okay, he actually goes with the Goblin Gang. I guess kind of like a prediction for our barrel. Let's make sure that we do keep out the pressure on both lanes here, not giving him too much Mega Knight value, because I believe that he is gonna be running Mega Knight right here. Okay, Princess should be able to take care of both. Let's actually go with Wallbreaker split right here. Why do I go split? Because he has a zap, I think. And then this way, exactly, I was about to say this way, he's not gonna be able to zap both of the Wallbreakers. Instead, he's gonna be forced to defend both lanes, like using zap on one lane, and then the other lane he has to spend another troop. So let's go with the Goblin Gang here to protect the Princess. Let's give it a pressure both lanes with the Evo Goblin Barrel. Let's see how he's gonna deal with that, but I think the Princess might actually stay alive, guys, and I don't think he has a lot of elixir. He just spent so much elixir, no? I feel like he just spent so much elixir, so let's give it a pressure. Going Wallbreakers, let's go with the Ice Spirit, let's go with the Goblin Gang here. There's no way he has enough elixir for Mega Knight. Zep is out of cycle. I think this push is gonna be kind of annoying, kind of difficult for him to stop. And looks like we are gonna get a ton of damage, guys. Nice, let's go. Very good pressure, very good sequence for us right there. Let's go with a Valkyrie here to cycle towards our evolution. We do need to be careful because I think he is gonna soon try and make like a big Mega Knight push. But I think if we keep out the pressure, especially recognizing that he only has Zap as a spell, we should be able to get a lot of value from our troops like Dart Goblin, Princess, and he's always using his Zap. So I think he's gonna go Miner. There you go. I already kind of expected him to go Miner. That is exactly why I went with the Goblin Gang. Let's give it a pressure right side. Why do I pressure the right side? I do not want him to get a good Mega Knight on the left side, and now he does go with the Mega Knight, so he doesn't have elixir for the right side push. Like, so important to always kind of think about what is my opponent running, what could be his potential next play. And if you guys already know what is coming, then try to kind of predict it coming and try to kind of like force out elixir, be annoying with the cards you have. So I'm actually gonna go with a Vine Spell here, guys. It is, oh no, I should have done it a little bit earlier. Okay, I feel like I'm not using the Vine Spell enough. I'm just using it like a classic Lockbait deck, which is also working out really well for me, but I think I'm kind of not that used to the Vine Spell yet. Okay, we do have to be careful here, by the way. I think this barrel might get a lot of damage, but we have the Princess there. We have the Goblin Gang. I think that, oh wait, is that gonna be tower? Oh my god, that was actually close, guys. Okay, we are gonna defend that. Man, that was insanely close. Okay, and I think here with the Vine Spell, the Goblin Barrel or the wall breaker would have connected. Wait, that was actually somehow really close. Like that evil skelly barrel almost made him win. That was a great matchup though, and I definitely think I should be using the Vine spell a little bit more. But at the same time, I've been facing a lot of spammy cards, and I already mentioned it in the intro as well. I feel like Vine spell isn't really the best spell against spam cards like Goblin Gang. For example, here Vine spell is amazing because Vine spell is gonna take care of the Dark Goblin, it's gonna trap the tower, and it's also gonna allow the wall breakers and the Valkyrie to get onto the tower. But against troops like, for example, the Mega Knight bait, you're almost never gonna Vine spell. I don't know, Goblin Gang never, maybe Spear Goblins, but not even Spear Goblins, bats, like all the spammy cards, all the the defensive cards the Mega Knight player had. It's not really worth it to, in my opinion, go with a Vine spell. So maybe in some situations offensively, but in general, you always want to try and look for a troop like we just did now. Dart Goblin, Firecracker, Bomber, those type of troops I think are indeed very worth it. Okay, let's go with the Dart Goblin here towards the left side lane where the Mighty Miner is. I think I'm just gonna go Vine spell here, honestly. Do I go... I wanted to go Goblin Gang, but then I think it's nice to cycle towards our Valkyrie Evolution, so let's try and do that. And the opponent is using, I think, this old school spam deck without like a Goblin Barrel, without like... I mean, I don't want to say real win condition, because I guess you could consider the wall breakers and all those troops a win condition as well. But I think you guys understand what deck I'm referring to. So let's have the Goblin Barrel ready. Do I go? Yeah, I think I'm just going to go Goblin Barrel here as soon as I hit 10 Elixir. Let's wait a little bit to see what the opponent is going to do. It looks like he goes with Lock, which is perfect for us because now we can go... Okay, let's go with Goblin Gang and let's go with a Vine spell here as well. Wait, does the Vine spell also... I know they don't stop the mini wall breakers. That is an interesting interaction. They only take care of the... how do you even call it? Like the... yeah, the evil wall breakers. Okay, let's be careful though. He is definitely running a quicker cycle deck than us. We also have a pretty good cycle deck, but we do need to be careful. Dark Goblin, I think, here is gonna get one shot. That is fine. And in the meantime, we can go with a Goblin Barrel here as well. Let's have the Vine spell ready in case he gives us value, but I think he's gonna... yeah, I was about to say that. I think he's gonna lock. Let's go with the Goblin Gang. He's probably gonna pop his Mighty Miner ability, which is actually a really good play by him. Let's go with the Dark Goblin and let's go Vine spell here on defense. Okay, we need to be careful, guys, because even though we are up a lot of damage, I feel like if we make one mistake, one good sequence from him where we do not have a spell available... Exactly, like for example here, he's doing a really good job at pressuring both the lanes. Let's go with Ice Spear, let's go with the Princess. That is still not even enough to take care of the Suspicious Bush, and this is definitely not an easy situation, but I think we should be fine. Like, we should try and keep up the pressure as much as possible. This way it's gonna be awkward for him to defend. Let's see if he goes with a Dark Goblin. Yeah, there you go, there's the Dark Goblin. I knew that he was gonna try and do that. Let's go with Vine Spell as soon as possible. Vine Spell is able to take care of the Dark Goblin. He's also able to of course allow the wall breaker to get a connection. Log is out of cycle. Let's keep up the pressure right side and also left side lane here, guys. Let's see if we can break through. He does have the Goblin Gang available. Goblin Gang is gonna be a very good counter against the barrel here. And man, this is, I don't know, like, I don't want to say a good situation for us at all, because I'm afraid of the fact that we do not have any spell available. Okay, let's go with a Princess here. Let's wait a little bit. Let's have, I guess, the Valkyrie ready for the Suspicious Bush. Let's go with Valkyrie right now. He's gonna go Log Prediction. That is a big mistake, I think. That is actually a huge mistake. He's probably gonna try and go Goblin Gang. Let's go with the Princess here. Prediction Wallbreaker is gonna make it to the tower. I'm not sure how much the Vine Spell do. I think it's like 100 something HP, so it's not gonna be quite tower yet. Yeah, it's not gonna be tower yet, but it is gonna be one more Vine Spell for us to win the match. It looks like the opponent at that point just, yeah, basically gave up, allowed the Wallbreakers to get the connection, take down the left side tower, and we are able to secure another victory. So how many victories are we away from the next league? I think I was like 5 victories away. Let's quickly open up these lucky drops. Let's check out how many victories we still need. I'm probably still gonna, even if we reach the next league, gonna continue play, get into this video. Oh, I'm actually 1 win away. So we won, what, 4 matches? Yeah, we won 4 matches so far. 1 win away from Royal Champion. And even when we reach Royal Champion, I'm probably gonna continue playing even more. Okay guys, hopping into game number 5 so far, 4-0, definitely having a lot of fun. I feel like, as I said before, the matchups, maybe for the Vine Spell specifically, haven't been that amazing, but overall I think we're playing really good. And the Vine Spell itself is also kind of situational, I guess. Okay, let's see what we're gonna be facing here. Looks like this guy does have a giant guards deck. His clan is Hawk Exy, but definitely not gonna be a Hawk Exy deck. After seeing giant, after seeing guards, probably gonna be giant graveyard if I would have to take a guess. Let's go with the Goblin Gang here. Looks like he is gonna go with the graveyard already. We do need to be careful here, but I think we should be fine if we cycle back to the Dark Goblin to help kill the skeletons. Valkyrie here, he's also gonna get quite some value. He is gonna get a nice Vine spell, but man, that was so aggressive from him. Let's see how he's gonna defend the counter push. He spent arrows, Vine spell. I think his cycle right now has to be like really awkward, right? Hopefully he doesn't have a bowler. Looks like he does not have a bowler available. Princess still alive, left side as well. Valkyrie is still alive. Goblins are still alive. That is gonna be a lot of damage on the right side tower while the Princess is still going on the left side lane here. Okay, Skeleton King should be a very nice and easy defense with the Valkyrie. I think I'm gonna try and defend the Inferno Dragon with some wall breakers. This way we end distract the Inferno Dragon and we still keep out the pressure left side lane to the point where he doesn't defend it. That's gonna be a double connection. So we did take a little bit of damage with the Inferno Dragon, but look at the amount of damage we got for or on the left side tower with that wall breakers, with those wall breakers. So Valkyrie is gonna get one shot. Let's go with the Princess here. We I think need to try and cycle back to the Valkyrie, but I'm not sure if we can. Let's see what the opponent is gonna do. Is he gonna try and just chill a little bit? Is he gonna try and go in for a graveyard? Looks like for now he's just gonna wait, and let's keep the pressure ourselves by going barrel. Let's go Goblin Gang left side here as well. He not wasted, but he used the arrows on the Princess right there, so that is a good thing for us to keep up the pressure. And Vine spell actually is a good counter against the barrel, but it's an equal trade. Like he spends 3, we spend 3, and in the meantime we can cycle back to a new barrel. So let's try and do that right here, guys. Let's see what the opponent's gonna do to defend both lanes here. He is gonna go arrows. Look at the left side lane though. Left side lane is gonna get a big hit. That is pretty much spell range from us already. Let's go with the Princess here. Let's wait a little bit. I wonder where. I think I'm gonna go Valkyrie like this, guys. I'm not sure if the Valkyrie will be able to defend both lanes, but at least it is able to get some value, get some damage on top of the Skeleton King. We do need to be careful with the Witch, but I think that should be double tower for us in this situation. Not really sure if he can defend both lanes, but I don't think so, to be honest. So yeah, as I said, I don't think he can. Looks like he indeed was not able to defend the double lane pressure right there. And at this point, yeah, I was about to say it myself as well. At this point, this should be pretty much good game. Only 10 seconds were remaining. Opponent still had to take somehow both of our towers, which of course was impossible there. So very nice victory, even though he had arrows, vines, he had like, I would say pretty good answers against our bait deck. We just have so many spammy cards. We just have so many different ways to bait out their spells, play around their cycle, pressure. This deck is amazing, guys. I'm so happy that Lockbait is back in the current meta. So far 5-0. I'm definitely gonna try and play a couple of more matches, trying to get closer and closer to the ultimate champion. Okay, let's go, guys. Hopping into the next match. First match in Royal Champion. Let's see what we're gonna be facing. And oh no, we are facing a Royal Chef player, which basically confirms us that it's gonna be some kind of toxic deck. I think it's probably gonna be a Goblin Giant deck. Could be something else as well, but 9 out of the 10 times when I see the Royal Chef Tower Troop, it's gonna be like a Goblin Giant deck. So let's see if it is indeed gonna be Goblin Giant with the Prince, with the Furnace. Can definitely be. Let's wait a little bit to see what he's gonna drop. Let's go with a Dark Goblin here. I think he might try and go with like arrows or something if he has it, but anyways, we are gonna go with a Goblin Gang. That is a nice counter push we have here already. Let's go with a Valkyrie here. Hopefully the Barbell, nice, Barbell goes down. We still have the Dark Goblin alive. That is actually huge for us. Do I go Vine Spell? I think I don't go Vine Spell. Instead, I go with Princess here. It would be the same amount of Elixir. Vine Spell, I think, wouldn't really have helped us that much. And the good thing about the Princess is that he's still gonna have to defend it with something. I think he might. Is he back to Furnace or is he missing? I think he's back to Furnace. Yeah, I was about to say, I think he's probably just gonna go Furnace. Let's go with Wallbreakers right side here. Very important to always keep out the pressure, be annoying, try and force out the Elixir where he doesn't really want to spend Elixir. And let's in the meantime go with the Ice Spirit here. Okay, so he does definitely have this really toxic, really annoying Goblin Giant deck. I wonder if he's using it with the Goblin Curse. Many people switch out the Goblin Curse now and use the Vine Spell instead. So let's, yeah, kind of just wait, see. We're gonna find out, I guess, later. Okay, nice Prince by him. We actually do not have the best cycle to defend the Prince right now. Let's go with the Dark Goblin. And I guess I'm gonna go Wallbreakers here to kind of distract it, pull it upwards. Let's go with the Ice Spirit here as well. And I think that should be okay. That is gonna be enough. Could have maybe used the Valkyrie as well, but then the Valkyrie, in my opinion, is also very important to have against the Goblin Giant. But actually, let's try to cycle towards the evolution though. Yeah, that is a good thing for us that we went same lane. Let's go with the Princess here up high. Might catch some minions. That will be amazing. Let's go with a Dark Goblin. Let's go with a Vine Spell here as well. And let's even go with a Goblin Gang just to get some extra DPS going as soon as possible on top of the Goblin Giant. So let's definitely keep a lot of pressure here, guys. We have a really good counter push, both right and left side lane, with the Princess left side, with the Dark Goblin Valkyrie right side. Princess is getting some damage on the what's it called, on the Evil Furnace, so that is good for us. And let's in the meantime have the Evil Valkyrie ready left side here. Okay, we do need to be careful with the right side lane, but if we go Dark Goblin here, okay, let's see, let's have the Ice Spirit ready as well. Let's go Ice Spirit now. Let's then go Wallbreakers right side. And difficult match so far, but at the same time, I think we're doing a good job at, how do you say, like defending and pressuring kind of at the same time. So let's go with the Goblin Barrel here. We do need to be careful with the Goblin Giant Evolution. I'm not sure if he's back to the Goblin Giant Evolution yet, or did he just use it? I'm actually not sure right now, but anyways, let's go with the Ice Spirit, let's go with the Dark Goblin. We need to try and keep the pressure as much as possible. Let's go with the Valkyrie here, up high, trying to keep the Goblin Machine out of the range of the Dark Goblin, making sure that Dark Goblin does stay alive. Let's go with the Dark Goblin here to try and snipe his Furnace, and not really sure what we need to do to win this, but I think we're doing a good job at, yeah, pressuring both left, right, all the time, being as annoying as possible while still doing really good defenses as well. Okay, let's have the Valkyrie ready once again. Let's go with the Valkyrie right here. I think we can go Wall Breakers. He might go Minions, and then we can maybe trap them with the Vine Spell. Nice. Wait, can we actually get... No, we didn't get a connection. That was a nice try, though. Okay, we do need to be careful here with the counter push. Let's go with the Valkyrie here up high. Let's go with a Goblin Gang, please. Valkyrie, there you go. Okay, Valkyrie is gonna get trapped. We need to go with a Vine Spell here defensively, because if not, that was gonna be way too much damage. And okay, wait a second, I think we need to chill, because if I go too aggressive when I shouldn't be going aggressive, then that could also cost us the match, giving him counter pushes, because he does have minions. He does have, I would say, pretty decent answers. So let's keep a lot of pressure here. Let's go with a Dark Goblin. He's probably gonna go Vine Spell on top of that. Let's keep a lot of pressure here towards the left side lane. I want to try and force out Elixir to the point where he's not gonna get that much Elixir offensively. Like, that is kind of the goal of my pushes, my pressure right here. So let's keep it the pressure. We're doing a really good job at pressuring while still defending Wall Breakers left side. Look at the right side pressure as well, guys. We're forcing out a lot of Elixir. Let's go with the Princess right here. Ice Spirit to kill the pressure. Let's go with the Valkyrie. Let's go with the Goblin Gang as well. Let's go with a Barrel as soon as possible, making sure that he's not gonna have that much Elixir to support the Goblin Giant push. And man, Evil Valkyrie going crazy right now. Did you guys see the Evil Valkyrie getting so much value? Let's go, guys. Let's keep up the pressure. Let's go with Wall Breakers. Let's go with the Goblin Barrel. Let's go with the Goblin Gang. He has the Barbell out of cycle, so he's probably gonna drop some kind of troop, and then that should be good game. So let's go, man. What a masterclass of how to play against Goblin Giant. Goblin Giant, especially when not having a building. Like, if you guys look at our deck, we do not have a cannon, we do not have a building. It's always kind of tricky facing those beatdown decks, and he had triple spell as well. He had Barbell, Vines, and Rage Spell. And of course, the more spells, the more difficult it gets for Lockbait, but we were still able to just constantly pressure, constantly be annoying with our bait cards while also defending. Like, if we only focus on defense, I'm already telling you guys that that is gonna be so difficult to stop to defend. If you keep up the pressure, what you're doing is, and you're often getting chip damage, but most importantly, you're forcing out Elixir defensively to the point where the opponent is gonna have to spend some type of Elixir, and then he's not gonna be able to. A nice Ice Spirit there, by the way. I'm gonna have my Vine Spell ready in case we do get some value. Looks like he's just gonna let it be. He's gonna go have a better and better Goblin Gang and Bats right here. So yeah, interesting. But basically, to finish what I was talking about, if you force out Elixir defensively, you can then often make their push kind of weaker. Okay, let's have the Vine Spell ready. I don't think it's worth it in that specific case. Let's just let it be for now. And let's in the meantime go with a Princess here on defense. So what is he running, guys? Is this gonna be 3 Musketeers? I have a feeling this is actually gonna be 3 Musketeers, which is kind of crazy because 3 Musketeers in the current meta, I haven't seen it that much. Okay, let's go with a Dark Goblin same lane. I think he might try. Okay, looks like he goes with a Giant. We need to be careful with a Minion Horde, guys. I think this guy might have Minion Horde. Looks like he goes with Bats instead. Let's have the Goblin Gang ready here as well. Let's go with the Goblin Gang and the Valkyrie here to try and DPS down the Giant plus the veteran push. And he is indeed gonna go with a Minion Horde. So let's go with the Princess here, trying to get some DPS going on top of the minions. Ice Spirit unfortunately did not jump, so the Valkyrie is gonna just pretty much go down entirely, but I think it was still an okay defense. Only thing I'm kind of worried about is the fact that we do not have any big spell. Like, our only spell is Vines, and Vines against the Elixir Collector, definitely not worth it. So yeah, let's try and keep it a pressure here. I think I'm gonna go Goblin Barrel once again. on top of the Elixir Collector. It's kind of our only way to get some type of damage on top of the Elixir Collector. It's not like the ideal thing to do, but yeah, I guess it's an okay play from us. Okay, let's go with the Dart Goblin here. Let's have, I think, the Valkyrie ready. I'm gonna go Valkyrie, Ice Spirit, and Goblin Gang. Knowing that he only has a Zap as a spell, he's probably gonna have to go with like a Mean Horde, and the Mean Horde here is not gonna be as good of a counter because of all the Goblins, because of the Evil Valkyrie there. So we are gonna clean up the Mean Horde. We are gonna pretty much take his left side tower down, I think. Yeah, we are gonna actually fully take care of his left side tower. So beautiful push right there. Really good pressure from us. And all we need to do right now is just, yeah, defend. Hold on for 35 more seconds. Okay, he is gonna go with his Musketeers. Let's actually go with a Vine Spell here. I think Vine Spell should be fine. Gonna damage the Musketeers a little bit. And it's also gonna allow us to cycle back to a second Vine Spell if necessary. Okay, Princess right here. Princess damages is actually gonna take care of the Musketeer already. So we didn't even need to cycle back to a Vine Spell. Let's go with a Valkyrie. Let's go with an Ice Spirit here as well. Let's go with a Goblin Gang. We can even cycle back to another Princess, and the fact that he only has Zap is just, yeah, pretty much good game already for us, because look at the amount of value, look at the amount of damage we are getting from all of our bait cards. Princess, Dart Goblin, all of those cards are pretty much immortal. They cannot die because he only had a Zap. Only way of him killing it is to Evil Zap one of them, but then even if he does, for example, Evil Zap the Princess, we still have the Dart Goblin. Other way around as well, and we have a quick cycle, so we can even out-cycle his Zap quite easily. So far, undefeated, guys. I'm very tempted to play one more match. I'm not sure if you guys want to see another match. I guess we can just go for one more match, and that's gonna be it for today's video. Okay, guys, hopping into the next match, which is also gonna be the last match of today's video. We're up against a guy called Walker, and he had a pretty good profile here, actually. We are already pushing up. We are already facing some, yeah, good players right now, so we do need to be careful. Let's go with a Dart Goblin. By the way, Vine Spell, since it's not that big, it's always important to kind of space out your troops. Like, for example, there, even if he does have a Vine Spell, which I'm not sure if he has, but it's very likely for people to have Vine Spell in this meta, try to space out your troops. Like the Princess here, I'm not sure if he can hit it, but try to always kind of, yeah, space out your troops to the point where it's gonna be a little bit annoying, a little bit awkward for them to take care of all of your troops. So we do need to be careful here with the Witch. Witch is actually gonna spawn a lot of skeletons, and Cannoneer Tower Troop is really not great against spam cards. So I guess I'm just gonna go Dart Goblin to make sure we do not allow it to get damage. He doesn't have arrows, he doesn't have Vine Spell. I'm gonna go in right now, guys. I think this pressure is gonna be hard for him to stop. Probably gonna have to cycle back to arrows last second, and still gonna take a lot of damage here. If he does go arrows last second, I'm gonna go Goblin Barrel. Looks like he doesn't have Elixir. Looks like he didn't even get back to the arrows, and just like that, we are gonna take the right side tower. Beautiful recognition of the fact that his cycle was awkward, of the fact that he was not gonna have anything in cycle. Note how he didn't have Skeleton King. Note how he didn't have arrows. He didn't have Vine Spell. I was like, perfect moment, perfect situation for us to go in and to keep out the pressure. Take advantage of the fact that his cycle is awkward, especially in single elixir. Like, he probably had like giant graveyard and something else right there. Okay, let's have the Evil Valkyrie ready, guys. I think I'm gonna go Warbreakers towards the 3-count just to kind of yeah, get something going. He does end up using his arrows. We have the Evil Valkyrie, and if he goes with a graveyard, we have a Goblin Gang. I think this should be an easy defense. Like, I don't know if he's gonna get any damage, but I don't think it should be almost any damage at all, and that is pretty much gonna be a good game, guys. Like, I don't want to call it too early, but we just defended his push like it was nothing. I don't think he has anything in cycle for the barrel right now. We can go with Ice Spirit, we can go with Wallbreakers here as well, and that should be pretty much good game, right? I mean, unless something crazy happens here in the last 50 seconds, we can go with a Valkyrie here to clean up the Skeleton King ability. We do need to be careful now that the Valkyrie is out of cycle, but I think we should be fine. We can go Princess, we can keep the pressure. Let's go with a Goblin Gang. If he goes Inferno Dragon, we can go Vine Spell. On top of it even, we do need to be careful with a potential Graveyard. Let's go with a Dark Goblin, let's go with Ice Spirit. Valkyrie here as well, but yeah, that should be fine. I mean, I don't think that should be too much damage. We can even go Wallbreakers like this. I know the Wallbreakers unfortunately did not distract the Skeleton King. The goal of those Wallbreakers were actually to distract the Skeleton King, but I think we should be fine. Anyways, we have such a solid defense, such a solid matchup right here. Valkyrie Evolution in the middle, Goblin Gang here as well, and I think that should be 3-crown unless the time runs out before, but I think we have enough time to 3-crown him with the Dark Goblin, and there you go. We are gonna 3-crown him in the last match of today's video. Amazing deck, amazing video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'm so happy that Lockbait is back. I feel like the Vine Spell is just super good, both defensively and offensively. some situations where I should maybe be using it a little bit more, but it does really depend on the situation, on the matchup, because for example, if you're facing a deck where they have a bunch of spammy cards, I think it's not that worth it, but in other situations to, for example, kill a Dart Goblin, trap, I don't know, on defense against the Goblin Giant Furnace, like those type of troops, I think it's completely broken. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please make sure to smack the like button. If not subscribed to the channel yet, feel free to subscribe, and I hope to see you guys in one of my next videos. Take care, guys.